There's really just 8 things that truly matter about the Z Flip 5 that makes it worth having it. Let's talk about that. Okay, so first, this is an extremely convenient phone. It's like nothing you've ever experienced. I mean, most 6.7-inch phones, they take up a full pocket. This one takes half the space. It leaves you with more room to bend, sit down, fold your legs, or take a jump. Sure, it doubles in thickness when you fold it, but then it still leaves more space in your pocket. And as you use it more, you'll realize that this is more space-friendly than any other phone you've ever used. That last one, probably not a good idea. But even the joy of just holding your phone as you walk around is something different, and you'll realize all of this as you use the phone more. Okay, second, and simply put, this is the most premium flip phone that you can get right now. First, it looks gorgeous. It comes in these classy 4 colors, and there are some online special editions as well. Second, it's got this glass back which adds to that classy look. And third, it's just the experience of opening and closing this phone that is so good and satisfying. I mean, it's got just the perfect resistance in the hinge, the perfect tension, and the fact you can set it at so many angles because of that hinge resistance. It's amazing. Now, number 3, you get a very differentiated display experience, and not because this is a fantastic super bright AMOLED display with super high refresh rate, but because of its aspect ratio. It's that 22:9 display, which is something you'll rarely see in other regular phones. It gives you this wide viewing experience, which is oddly feel good. Now, even when you play games, you can clearly see that this is going to feel different. Good different. And of course, you can't ignore the larger and more usable cover screen now. And it lets you do these menial tasks on your phone without really getting involved in your phone. Like, you don't have to pick it up, you don't have to open it. You can just do it right here. Like, a quick look at the calendar, snooze or cancel your alarm, respond to a message real quick, pick up an incoming call and speak without lifting your phone. You can even share a live preview before you click a photo. And the most important thing, according to me, is the fact that you can use it to take selfies using the higher resolution cameras. I mean, just look at how well they come out. Even in low light, just look at the quality of that selfie. I mean, I really don't think there's any other phone out there that can take such high resolution and high quality selfies as easily as this one can. Number 5, durability. Now, for those of you who are still of the opinion that flip phones are not as durable, well, things have actually changed. Like, this isn't a new product segment anymore that was once considered fragile. It's Samsung's 4th generation of their flip phone. It's a lot more tested, evolved, refined, and very frankly, a lot more durable. The frame is made of armor aluminum, so it's strong. The back glass and even the display is protected using Gorilla Glass Victus 2. It's also IPX8 water resistant, and it's tested and certified for more than 200,000 flips. I mean, all I'm trying to say is this isn't the flip phone that you thought it was when they first came out. They're a lot better now. Next, Samsung still has the most optimized software for a phone that flips. For example, it gets into this flex mode and it just gives you different abilities like hands-free, photo and video recording. And it doesn't matter whether it's the front or the rear camera. So depending on what quality you want, you get a nice preview, a built-in stand, and you're all set to record vlogs, videos, or whatever it is that you want to create. It changes the way you can navigate and interact with apps that are supported in this flex mode. And it even lets you control various settings while you're at it. And so this isn't just a phone that folds and it's running Android 13. It actually optimizes the software to this form factor and just maximizes functionality. Now, the other thing is novelty. Look, not a lot of people out there have phones that flip or fold. It's a relatively new form factor. Very few people have it in their hands. And so there's definitely a sense of exclusivity when you have this phone. And so when you're out at a gathering and you keep this phone on the table, people are going to be like, hey, is that the new flip, or what phone is that? Now, I'm not saying that that is a reason to buy the phone. All I'm trying to say is it's going to spike a certain level of curiosity in the people around you, and you would enjoy that. And lastly, the pricing. Now, I know the Flip 5 has launched for a higher price than the Flip 4, but if you're certain of buying the Flip 5 and if you get the pre-order deals, this is an extremely great value for money phone. Like here in India, it retails for about $1 lakh, but pre-booking offers bring the cost down to nearly 80 grand. In US, it retails for about $1,000. But if you pre-book, you could get a 512 gigs version for the same price and up to $900 off if you trade in. Point being that you can drastically bring the price down if you get yourself the pre-book deals, and that way get this for a lot less money, making it an extremely high value for money purchase. Now guys, these I think are the real reasons that truly matter and will make a difference in terms of how you use a flip phone. But then there's obviously the question of performance, battery, camera. So let me touch upon that real quick. So let's talk about performance first. They've upgraded the chip to the latest and the most powerful mobile chip, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, and they've overclocked it a bit for higher performance. So yeah, this is pretty much flagship experience as you'd expect from a flagship phone. Apps launch fast, games load fast, and the performance is crazy smooth. Now guys, one thing to note is that this is a pretty slim phone when you open it up, and the opportunities to ventilate heat is actually lower as compared to other candy bar smartphones, right? Which means that if you use the camera consistently for too long, or if you're gaming for too long, it may get a little warmer, nothing uncomfortable, but just warmer than usual. But yeah, performance-wise, this is going to be fast for most daily things that you're going to do on the phone, and you'll have absolutely no complaints. Now, let's talk about the cameras. So if I run over the specs, it hasn't changed much in terms of hardware. You get the 12 megapixel primary lens, a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 10 megapixel front facing camera. But what they have changed is the ISP. But you know what? Let's just take a look at the samples. So let's first take a look at the outdoor shots, and I think they're good. It's definitely very signature Samsung style photos, punchy colors, typically higher contrast, bluer skies, and very green greens. But the photos generally have a good detail, and guys, you're more than welcome to download these photos from the link in the description and evaluate the quality for yourself. Indoors too, the photos were quite decent, though I'd expect Samsung to slightly underexpose the photos in a future update so they look a bit more natural and not so bright as they do now. I was extremely impressed with the portrait photos though. Impeccable edge detection, very good color retention, and just overall, very well done. Of course, it uses the AI stereo depth mapping to achieve this result, and I have to say, it works damn well. A quick glance at the comparison between the primary and the ultra-wide, there's clearly a big difference in the white balance, with the ultra-wide being a bit more blue, but quality and detail-wise, not bad at all. Now, honestly, the front-facing camera is okay, but I would almost always take a selfie with the primary camera because why not? It's higher quality, higher resolution, just more details. And by the way, you can now shift between more modes on the cover screen, so you could also go into photo, video, and portrait photo as well. And you can also change photo and video settings. For example, change the aspect ratio, you can turn on Steadicam, you can change your resolution and frame rate, all of that from the cover screen. Now let's talk about battery or the whole power delivery system, right? So that's the one thing that hasn't really upgraded. It's the same battery capacity. It charges at the same wired speeds and wireless speeds. Now you may expect a slightly better battery performance like on a daily basis just because of a more power efficient chip, but nothing significant. Like it's just about a day battery life, nothing more. In fact, if you're a heavy user, you may find yourself charging this somewhere late evening if you want it to last like till the night. But yeah, other than that, you get Android 13, you get 4 years of Android upgrades and 5 years of security updates as a promise from Samsung. So that's fabulous. And yeah, this is a flagship phone, so you get all the bells and whistles that you get with One UI 5.1. There's plenty customization of the cover screen. You can cover it with any of these over here. Most of these can be customized with an image that you want, layered on with a color theme of your choice, which can further be styled. Now there are many panels here and you can add more from right here. And to customize this, you could further go into that setting and configure all of it. Now the cover screen does support limited apps as you see here. Video watching is possible, but it makes little sense to do that. But hey, for some reason, if you want to do it, it's there. Most useful for me is the ability to be able to respond to messages really quick without getting into your phone. But yeah, a quick glance on my agenda for the day, see what the weather is like, dial my frequently contacted contacts immediately. That all is very handy. But yeah, other than that, it's the standard One UI. You get, it's feature packed and it's really neatly designed. One thing though, it still does not support Samsung DeX. I mean, clearly the chip is capable of doing it, but for some reason, it's not in the Flip 5 either. And so yeah, that's pretty much it guys about the Z Flip 5. As I said, those 8 reasons is what really matters and what defines your experience with using a flip phone, something like the Galaxy Z Flip 5. All the other things, it's a flagship phone, right? So whether it's cameras, whether it's performance, whether it's Android, whether it's the upgrade plan, all of that is still top notch. So what you really have to think about is When you get a flip phone, do you see yourself use it in the context of those 8 things that I spoke about? And does that appeal to you as a user? Is that a form factor that you would want to adopt and live with? All right, that's it, guys, about the Z Flip 5. You guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section. And of course, I'll definitely reach out and answer them. And if you did enjoy watching the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon and mark all. Really helps the channel grow. I'll see you guys in the next one.